we're going to be rolling on in this episode, Taylor, for another one of Respect the Line on the Bocce Broadcast Network. We had an amazing weekend of bocce, man. I mean, just two killer shots to win a tournament. I mean, we'll get to those in a minute, but we had two great tournaments over the weekend. Lots of fun. I mean, just great competition. Let's first start out with the Lorenzinos. This is now going to be, I believe, they're like United States Women's Championship. I know it's first year, not the easiest state to just kind of throw it on teams, but they still got a ton of teams from all over the country. They expect to get a lot more next year. Again, fantastic tournament. Fourth place was Crane Memorial. You'll know these two ladies, Renee and her daughter Marin Batista. Amy Burnett, who played with me at the tournament for Golden String, just an amazing two-way player, phenomenal roller too. And then their lead roller was Sue Stanley, also a great roller, plays at St. Anthony's. Third place was the Cleveland Youngstown team, Sharon Perry, one of the great hitters, Carmelina Murray, Sid Hardy, and Deanna Morgano. So great team there. Nice. Taylor, there's lots of killers there at this tournament.
Yep.
And then we both saw the highlights from the championship. So second place, unfortunately for them, lost a 14-12 game. And we're coming through the championship as winners. Were the Dirty 30 plus Sarah Wicker. So that was Dee, Jolene, Tina, and Sarah. And the champions, first time ever from the losers bracket for them, the Fatal Four, Lee Chrisman, Tess Romeo, your girl Tiff Z, and Jen Hardy with the victory.
Nice. Congrats.
You know, they make subtle hints to you, Taylor. I don't know if you see it, in their posts. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
They don't call you out, but they do call you out. And I personally, from a fan's perspective, I love it.
I absolutely haven't even really seen them yet either. So since we've been doing this podcast, what's it been, 5-6 weeks now? I haven't even seen them. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait for Dallas. Hope you ladies are watching. We're gonna have a nice.
What I'm picking up is, they keep on making these subtle hits. Hey, there was some amazing bocce, and we didn't see any penises in the crowd. Look at the Respect the Line now. We're now champions. But here's the thing, Taylor. Here's the best part. They're coming to Dallas, and they're coming to Dallas to win an open tournament, and they're going to be bringing everything they got to that tournament. And coming off this victory, they're going to be riding that high. And I can't wait. This is the tournament, though, Matt. We have to get them on. We absolutely have to interview them. I want to get a little back and forth plan, between you and Jen Hardy. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of live interviews there, I think, right? So I think they're top of our list.
So we also had another tournament that you were at. That was at the Bessemer Croatian Club. This is one of my favorite tournaments. Wasn't able to play this weekend. Headed over to Pittsburgh and spent a birthday with Diane. So we took the weekend off. But, man, Bessemer is such a great place. Really, really difficult courts to hit on. Just if you're hitting backhanded and you don't hit strong enough, just the court takes your ball. So you almost have to aim out a little bit to the right because it's gonna take it left if you're a right-hander, and then opposite if it's the other way. But tough courts to hit on, nice and long. But I just love the place. I love the time there. Great people. So fourth place there was the Bocce Bandits. A little bit of surprise team here in the fourth. First time we've mentioned these four's names here, but awesome players, great dudes. Billy Solinsky, Ed Britton from good old Coppell, PA. Bobby Davis. I was thinking it was hot meat, but he's not. He was with the Bocce Bandits. And then Steven Sersnick, who is another great roller from the Youngstown area. They get fourth place. They got knocked out by your team. So the BSB team for this weekend was yourself and Stewie, and then Michael Pisano, so MHP, and then Vern Kurtz. And this was the team that you guys won last year? Is that right?
Yeah.
Same team?
Yeah, we did win it last year, so we decided to run it back. Yep.
So ran back the old BSB team. You guys got third place. And then second place was Mount Carmel. And that was Jimmy Perry, Ray Carlson, Jack Durkin, and Pat Durkin. And they lost a phenomenal championship to Pope Saints. And that was Popio, Bubba, Nick Cap, and none other than Mike Robertson, who had his own sort of phenomenal role to win that game in the championship. And so those were our top four teams out there in Bessemer. What do you think about that tournament there, Taylor?
Those courts are uniquely difficult. The backboards are tough. There's sawdust on the court. That's how the court is made with some other stuff. So shooting is difficult, and so is rolling. There's valleys and hills on each end of those courts. The Bocce Bandits, so they're an interesting team. So Ed Britton's one of the guys from Koppel. He hasn't played very many tournaments, but their strategy was play the Pauline short. It's really impossible to stick there. So they played the Pauline short so they can keep the game in a comfort level for them, and it worked out for them. They were rolling really well, short. Bobby Davis was hitting. He can hit the ball. He was hitting it short. Once we were able to start kind of extending the court and we got the Pauline is when they were in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, so like that's a pretty good run for them, And then, dude, Ray Carlson and Perry, those guys play 3 tournaments a year, and they played unbelievable, and they beat us. So, can't.
They played so good, and they came out of the winners, and they were in the winners championship. They lost. What do you guys play? The 13, 14-0. They got just absolutely smoked in the championship, but. We were joking about it. It was almost better that they got smoked as opposed to like losing like a 1-pointer. And so like instead of it like being like, oh, dramatic victory, we just had it, we would have been in the championship. The fact that they got smoked by Pope Saints, it just felt like this is the best thing that could happen. It's going to make us, we don't even think about that game. It's like we can never play worse. And they came out of that, not only beat you, but then won the first game against Pope Saints to bring it to the second game and bring us. And they really had the lead and all the pressure to go win that one. And Nick Cap basically stops Mike Robb from hitting and says, "I want you to roll on this Pauline. You have a chance to make 4, which is what they needed to go out." Yeah, just what a freaking roll! I mean, what a call! What do you think about that?
Yeah, so congratulations first and foremost, Bubba Stephen Fonte. The guy plays in most of the tournaments. Man, he plays, he enjoys the game, he loves it. I know winning to him mattered more than probably anybody. So congrats to him. Robertson's a dog. We know that. Am I shocked that he made the final roll or shot? No, I'm not. If somebody would have told me that Popio would have made it, I would have been shocked. Okay. I know that Popio decided he wanted to get loud on the, in the podcast, or not podcast, in the live stream and start talking shit about, oh, do I choke now? Popio, you didn't make the winning shot. Okay. You didn't do it. Like, yeah, your team played great. You won Bessemer. Congratulations. Like, you didn't beat us. I really wanted to play you guys, but we choked and we didn't beat you. We didn't beat Ray Carlson and them. Popio, you listen, man. Congratulations, buddy. You won. Okay. And then Nick Cap. I think that's his second win this year. He won JAC, and then he won Bessemer, right? Been playing great, dude. It runs in the family. They got them Cap jeans, dude. Like, he's good.
So this is the best part. So like Pope calling you out. Yeah, I mean, like you knew he was going to do that. First of all, Pope's celebration when Mike
I was just
Robb
going to
makes the
comment on that.
goal
He danced like a fairy.
is
It was unbelievable. It was
it's so
unbelievable.
good.
Oh,
so
man,
good.
dude. He looked like he was 12 out
I
there
love
prancing around. Yay, yay. Like, it's unbelievable.
He says he's 60. I guess this was his birthday. I mean, he celebrated it for like 18 days. Yeah, no, 60.
Yeah,
60. That's what he's.
60?
Who
Okay.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
He's like an alien. We can't even really tell.
Yeah, for sure.
So Popey was dancing around there like he was 12, and then with Nick Cap. So not only does he get the win, but he also had some words into that microphone too. So he called out his brother and said, "Who makes stupid calls now?" So I mean, Cap and Grecos tend to be tough on each other, right? They tend to be tough on each other.
You know what's been one of my favorite things lately, and this applies to this so well.
Tell me all of it.
I got your back, Cap, on this one.
I'm all ears. Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, we were at the Lorenzino tournament, and me and Cap were discussing the college football bets we were going to make, right? Whatever. And we were both like, oh, BYU. We like BYU. They were playing Central Florida, I think. And Stewie comes running into the bar, and he goes, oh, he's like, I love BYU today. Me and Cap go look, and we're like, shit, dude. Now we got to take the opposite. But I said, Cap, relax. Broken clock is right twice a day. Okay? In this circumstance, Nick just happened to pick correctly. That's what it was. That's what it was, Nick. I mean, and I don't, Nick can play, so his brother knows him a bit better than I do. But I'm just gonna, because Cap's on my team, I got to defend him. Nick, like, yeah, you probably closed your eyes and said, okay, roll this hard, and then it worked. So really, Robertson executed it. Any call is usually execute worthy. If you don't execute it, it's easy to be like, oh, that was a bad call. So in Nick's defense, like, yeah, he might call some crazy things, but if it works, he looks like a genius. If it doesn't, then, he's an idiot, right? So it's like, whatever.
Fair enough.
I gotta say something real quick. It's nice to know that people are commenting on things when we're not around. It means we are starting to live rent free in these people's heads, which has been our goal. We want to do that. We want to do that. Listen, you care enough about what we say to talk about it, so you knew we were going to talk about it this week. Well played, guys. Well played.
I heard it. I heard it the whole time. I heard this is respect the line shot. This better be a top 10 respect the line shot.
Oh,
this better be a moment.
Sure. Right.
All right, Taylor, we got some special guests from St. Louis. We've been talking about this game going national, and this is special for me because Dan was one of the first players I played with outside of the Ohio PA region. Played Vegas with Danny Drago. Got him here on the mic. Also, we got Cameron. Thanks for joining us out there in St. Louis. Why don't you guys let us know about this tournament that's coming up this weekend?
Yeah, so we have the Aldo Della Croce tournament. We hold it every November, and the tournament is named after the founder of our club back in 1975. Aldo and 5 or 6 other gentlemen, Italian gentlemen, all that came over to America, founded the original club, which was just off of the hill at that time. In 1992, we moved to our big facility here, and I'm the president of the club, part of the Zizica train team, which you very well know of, Dan. You played with the Zizica train, and we travel a lot. Cameron is the youngest member of the Zizica train. He's getting well known out there. He's only been playing a couple years, but he's got a lot of talent. So we have him here, and he's my cousin. So
thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Love it. So Dan, so you have 2 different divisions, right, for this? You have a women's and then also an open. Is that correct?
Right. We're one of the few tournaments that actually have a men's and a women's division. That's the way it was started, so we keep with the history, and it allows the women to play in their own division. They don't have to play in their own division. They're very well welcome to play in the men's division. As we know, a lot of these women's teams are just as fierce, as competitive as any of the men's teams. You can also play mixed. So if you have any males on the team, you obviously can't play in the women's division, but you can play in the men's division. And this year we have 35 men's teams and 20 women's teams.
Wow. Nice. So just looking at these rosters for the women's, and the one that of course comes to my head is when I see a Drago. I know Sally's playing with the Bada Blings, and they got Michelle and Melissa, and then is that Erica from Chicago as well?
Yes, it is.
Oh man, that is a good team there.
Yeah, they're looking to make a statement. Sally was on a team with two of our better players at the club, Gail Morris and Sue Zona, a couple years ago, and they won it. So Sally, fortunately, unfortunately, is the only Drago to be on this trophy in 17 years.
Love it. I love it for her, and it's your, and there's a new Drago in town too. He's about to make his mark.
Love it.
So just of the other women's teams, Danny, Cameron, who else should we be looking out for? Either local teams or people that they're traveling in that are tough.
We have some Chicago teams, a couple local teams. The Kansas City, we call them local. They're in the same state, obviously. But the Hill Rollers with Cindy Marlowe, who usually plays on the Bada Blings, they won it last year, so they kept their team together to try to repeat.
Gina Emo.
Yeah, that has Gina Emo on it, which is everybody knows Nick Emo. That's his cousin. Dee Marino, who's her husband plays on the Shockers. Chrissy Bandera, her husband plays on the Southside Shockers also. So, and Cindy's husband also plays on the Shockers. So, as you know, the Shockers and the Train are pretty much close, and we interact and or share players often. So,
Love it.
Then you got the Four Marias, which are some of the original women members of this club. They're all older, but don't let that fool you. They're very fierce pointers. They're no nonsense. So, they have a pretty good chance of taking it also. And then you have Andiamo. That's going to be a pretty good team to contend with also. So, there's always 3 or 4 legitimate teams that you expect to win. As we know, we've been on the other side of it. It doesn't always happen when you expect to win. So the Hill Rollers, who won it last year, came out of nowhere and won it. So the women's division be very competitive as always.
Love it. And so what you'll be doing, just to confirm, is there'll be pool play, right? And then you'll eventually get to a double elimination tournament, or is it single elimination after that?
So they do bracket play. So everybody is guaranteed 4 games. And then they'll take the top 2 from each bracket. And then they'll play a single elimination playoff. And these games are to 12 points. They're timed 50 minutes or 12 points, whatever comes first. And then the finals will be to 15 and 70 minutes.
Who are the teams that we should be looking out for on the men's side, of this tournament? Because there seems to be some big names here, Danny.
No, there is. There's a lot of very good teams in this tournament. You got St. Louis Hill Bocce, who won the Kansas City tournament recently, and they've added my cousin Vince, who you're familiar with. He's from the Sazitza Train. And then we have some clubs from Heron, Illinois and Murfreesboro, Illinois that play on brick dust, but have been coming here for our tournaments for a while. So, you can't count them out either because, they have experience on the synthetics here. You have Bad Boy Bocce from Southern Illinois that they drive an hour and 45 minutes on Mondays, to play in our Monday night league.
Jeez.
And all Love of them I know. And all of them have actually joined our club now.
IABC won it last year. the Della Croces and Nick Emo.
Yeah.
They're always
yeah.
looking to repeat.
Yeah, that's always with Greg and Mike Della Croce and Nick Emo and former President Robert Della Croce. That's a very competitive team, and they'll be looking to repeat. Then you have Volarama. Those are some very seasoned veterans who always seem to put it together, once they make the playoffs, and they're going to be a very tough team.
Shockers.
Southside Shockers. They've been doing a lot of traveling. I've talked them into traveling with us, and they've been around. They're going to play in Dallas for the first time this year. And of course, we got the Sazisa train with me, Cameron, Luke Pulliam, and we got the Slayer from Long Island. We got Brad Thayer. He comes in. I love it. He comes in and plays with us, and then stays to the following Wednesday, and then we fly to Dallas. And then you got ABC teams in there also. So,
you know what, man? I'm gonna have to bring the BSB train down there and crash this party one of these tournaments this year. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm hearing about all these good teams. I think I'm gonna crash this party, man. When's the next one? When's the next big one you guys are doing?
Well, our next big tournament is the January 11th, and we're going to have some more next year because it's our 50th anniversary. So now that you said about the BU and getting involved in that, we were talking about having a big tournament, a big money tournament sometime next year, just not only just in celebration of our 50th anniversary, but also to get some teams across the country to come. And anytime we have a one-day tournament, they're always on Saturdays. I always guarantee everybody a minimum of 4 games. And then we do single elimination, or sometimes we do double elimination. But I'll definitely keep you guys involved because, like I said, I have a ton of respect for Ohio Bocce. It's always good to bring some Ohio teams and some Pennsylvania teams and even some New York teams here. It's kind of a wake-up call for some people here. So, like I said, you guys always put a very competitive team together. And, Danny, you've seen us play. I know you guys don't think we're very aggressive, and we're considered overly aggressive here.
Lord! Wow!
and as you know, Danny, there's no point I don't think I can roll for. And that's kind of the mentality here. So even though we do have a lot more hitters now, but hitting was kind of frowned upon for a long time here. The older Italians, and especially my dad, back 10, 15 years ago, I've seen people pulled off a court because they hit. And that the mentality here in the past has always been, you have to be an 8-pointer before you even think about hitting. And that's probably why the first 30 years I was a member, I've only been hitting for the last couple of years, so
yeah,
I was always
You know what though? As much as we like to talk about hitting, as much as they'll get all the clicks, every episode, Taylor and I would just come back to it. We're like, you got a team roll to win games.
And Danny doesn't like it.
Team roll to win championship.
Danny doesn't like it. He's a prima donna. He wants all the accolades. Yes. And here I am just rolling balls, saving frames. That's what I do.
Right.
Listen, guys, real quick, if you could for us, I know a lot of people are going to be watching this, but really push out there to your local teams and people that travel for your tournament to please register for this Tournament of Champions. Go watch our podcast, get all the rules, understand it, and push it, because it's going to be really, really big, and it's the start of something that I think it is going to grow this game to where some serious things are going to happen. So please do that, and we will make sure we push your tournaments. I will make sure that BSV comes out for a tournament next year.
Well, I don't know if we don't want you to bring BSB, but you can
oh no, we're coming full force. The full 4 of us are coming. Let everybody know.
Yeah, but the podcast is called Respect the Line. We call the line violations here.
Oh boy, that could pose a problem.
Like it.
That could pose a problem. We'll adjust. We'll adjust.
No, and I will tell you the way that Anthony and the Ohio guys adjusted when they played in nationals last year or the year before. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anybody adjust to 90-foot synthetic courts and adjust to the line being called as quickly as Anthony and Brian and the Bocce brothers did. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Well, good luck this weekend. Go kick some butt. Go get some rest. Hopefully Brad's, sleeping in the Volo van or something, getting his rest out there because you're going to need him to hit on the other side, Cam. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we'll see you guys in Dallas next week.
Looking forward to it. Taylor and I, first time together. We're gonna do our own Respect the Line stuff, so it should be fun.
Yep. No, I see you beefed up your team, Danny.
Yep. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, he sold his soul.
Hey, guys, enjoy your tournament. that it did.
All right, thanks,
you guys. Have a great weekend. We appreciate you joining. Take care.
No problem. Safe travels.
All right, so we got that great St. Louis tournament, and now we also have a pretty cool one, I believe, in Youngstown, Ohio. So club championship, first one for the Lorenzino's Bocce Club, created by Dante Chiavetti. We're going to have a king of Lorenzino. Someone's going to be crowned the best, Taylor, of the singles tournament bocce. I'm so pumped for this. I was just so excited that Dante allowed me and let me be able to run this thing. And I'm just so pumped to be able to do this and start promoting the hell out of this, because that club is something special. And not just from the people that are in that area that are members, but we have members from actually all over the country internationally that are members of the club that are coming in town for this singles championship to be crowned champion. I'm so pumped, Taylor. So pumped for it.
72 players, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a freaking blast. Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do is just to preview it, I think it's best if we could talk through each of the brackets. So bracketed tournament, what we're doing is anywhere from – we have 70 players that are there. We had a couple last-minute dropouts. So we have 3 brackets at 18, 1 of 16. There are 4 players from each bracket, 2 winners and 2 losers that are going to make it to Sunday. And what we're doing, Taylor, for the first time that I know of, the players that are coming through as the winners, right, that have no loss, since everybody's coming back without a loss for Sunday, those winners, for their advantage, based on their point differential, they get to call out a loser. They get to call out somebody that they want to play that has a loss. So not only do you get to come through and get to be seeded, as some people say, I got seeded, so I get to play against someone that has a loss. As you know, there could be a tougher bracket or a really great player that got a loss. Now you get to call someone out. So if you kick ass on Thursday night, you can call out who you want to play with. I think that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a nice little twist on it. I like it.
All right, so let's go to Thursday's bracket. The play-in game, we got Bo Wetzel versus Bobby Davis. I'll go through the games, and you stop me, Taylor, if there's either a matchup you think's going to be great or if there's something you want to talk about a player. Winner of that Bo and Bobby, they're going to be playing against Scott Altpeter.
Okay.
And then the second round, really great matchup here, Nick Cap versus Bobby Mitt.
Woo. Wow.
Right,
that's actually a really good match.
That's going to be a
good match.
Be a good game. So Nick Cap in the best of the best last year made it to Sunday. Had played phenomenal as a singles player, kind of one of his coming out parties. And his dad, of course, played with Bobby Mitt, for all those years, and now Mitt's coming back and playing a singles tournament. I love it at Lorenzino. So we're going to get a little bit of drama and a great matchup there. We got Bobby Gentile, I would say definitely one of the favorites, versus Anthony Del Torrio. And we got Nikki Amendola versus Shawnee Nelly. Oh, man, that's going to be another good game. A couple rollers going at each other.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelly. Nelly's going to be talking. He's going to be all on something, screaming. It's going to be great.
For sure.
Another great one. This is actually one of the first 3 matchup play-in game. MHP, okay? One of your boys, one of your Ryder Cup picks for PA against another Ryder Cup pick for PA, Jordan Hassan.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a great first game.
Yes, it is.
Winner of that, you think they maybe get the rest? No, they do not. They don't get the rest. They have to play against Matt Estes. Winner of that is waiting on Matt Estes in the next round.
I love it.
It's going to be great.
I love it.
And
that's a pretty good bracket
for them on the bottom. We got Dante. Heck yeah, it is. We got Dante Lovell and Nate Kirk waiting down there. Next game is Rocco Guerreri versus Jake Tanner. And we got your boy Levi going against Dylan Palsy to finish it off with the bracket. There's going to be some good games in this Thursday bracket. It's kind of sneaky good.
Absolutely. I might have to come watch that.
It's going to be some good stuff. All right, moving on to Friday. Let me go share my screen here so we can take a look at this bracket. All right, so Friday night at Lorenzino's, we got a really good bracket again. We got Rock Delicio leading us off. He's playing against Bobby Gratz. Bobby was like one of those sneak picks that came in on Sunday, made it to Sunday for the best of the best. Winner of that game gets to play against Fu, Nick Jennings. We got Chooch versus the new biggest shit talker in Bocce, Cosmo Iamurray. So Chooch versus Cosmo.
Chooch is going to wreck him. People don't know Chooch. Let me tell you something. That dude can play. Cosmo, you're in trouble, bro. You're in big trouble. What are the games? What are the games going to? 12?
Games are to 12. Games are to 12. 12 Cosmo, he likes to talk a little bit. Oh,
12-3. 12-3. Sorry,
excuse
Cosmo.
Me. I gotta write that down. Cosmo, I'll make sure you're reminded of this as you're playing, because right below you, so a very possible matchup for you is not only Timmy Wilson, but he's playing against you, Matthew Taylor, in that 4 spot.
Mm-hmm.
You got T. Will, baby. You excited for this? Battle
of the lead pointers, baby. I like it.
I love it. What do you always say about Tim Wilson? I have a good memory. I remember at Lorenzino's, not once, not twice, but 3 different times. What did you say about Tim Wilson?
He's the best pointer out there. He's the best pointer out there.
He's the best pointer out there. He's the best pointer out there. So we're going to see if that's what you
really feel like. Yeah, we'll see.
We're going to see if that's for show, because, if Tim. What I like about Timmy here, and so Timmy did not play well in the high stakes. I mean, he'd be the first one to tell you. I'll be the second one because I got to play against him. He didn't play well. Hasn't had like the greatest stretch in the last 3-4 weeks. But Timmy is a phenomenal one-on-one player. Very underrated. Great hitter. I think he's just going to be like bringing everything he has to that night, and it's going to be a lot of fun watching you play him.
Yep.
I've played against them in every singles tournament, and then drew him again, and then you and I switched, which we'll get to later. So I thought I was going to have to play Timmy again. It was like, oh my God, 3rd tournament in a row. So waiting for you, the next game is William Hennessy III. He's playing against Patsy Carbone. I think Patsy's another like underrated player. Plays at Lorenzino's. And is going to be scary good playing individually. He's a great pointer as well as a hitter.
Yep. Agreed.
One of my favorite games is going to be my brother. He's playing against Lou Fatica. So 2 of my favorite people in the world are playing against each other. 2 of the nicest people in the world. Angelo versus Lou Fatica. Starting off.
I love it. Isn't
that great? I told him, bring in the cigars, buddy. Let's smoke them too.
Lou's another underrated, very underrated player, dude. Lou is a very underrated player, and he can stroke the ball. Stroke it.
I agree. And my brother Angelo just came in off of Neo, won a couple big games there. He beat up Chris Chemalinsky, played phenomenal in the Neo singles. It's going to be interesting to see like how he performs. And this is his court too at Lorenzino's, but the kid loves the role. We'll take his chances hitting. He ended up losing to Joe Zazar and hit pill a couple times against Joe, kept himself in the game. It was a really great singles matchup in Neo. Excited to see Angelo play against Lou. Winner of that match, Matt, gets to play Mike Iyer Murray. And this is like Mike Iyer Murray. What's going to be so scary about playing players like Mike here is Mike's a good player. Mike's a bocce player. He goes to tournaments, goes plays. He plays at Lorenzino's so much.
Yes.
So much.
Agreed.
He lives next to it. He's helping run the tournament, so he'll be there every day. He'll be watching these players. He knows everything about them, and he's just going to be sneaky good. He's just going to play these club players that play here all the time. These are the Claudios, right? These are the Fouls. These are the players that you don't want to see because all they do is roll balls and hit balls at the club all the time. And Mike's going to be one of those players.
Yeah, I agree.
Down below, we got Alex. Alex is coming in town for this, and he's playing against Michael Nardone, who had his little coming out party last year at the Best of the Best at Lorenzino's, looking to repeat that performance. How do you think Nardone's going to do this year? You think a little bit more pressure this year, perhaps? Or do you think he's going to repeat it and make it to Sunday?
No, you know what? I have my opinion on one man's, which I guess I can wait till after we're done doing the brackets. But no, I don't think there's any pressure. I think he's going to play well. He can do both pretty well. So, yeah, and he got a lot of experience playing me 30 times in one-on-ones in Coppell. So he's ready. He's good to go.
That's true.
He's good to go.
Here's the thing about Michael. It would be if there was true betting and you could make up to third place, I would put up money for Nardone because I think he has the skill set to be able to do it, and he'd have some good odds. So is that? Yeah. But the difference is last year he just snuck up on everybody except for the people that knew
he's sneaking up
him,
on nobody,
right, and knew his attitude.
Right.
He's sneaking up on no one this year. No one.
No.
Now you have a target on your back. And you know this from your runs at the beginning, right? When you were sneaking up on people and they didn't truly believe in you. And now you get everyone's best game. And so one of the things that comes with not only playing good, but being loud, I know this because I'm loud, you get everyone's best game. They're going to shut you up. And so it's going to be interesting to see how people play against Nardone now. Not necessarily looking at him as a young player now that he's a seasoned veteran in one tournament.
Right.
Also in this tournament, we got for the bracket, we got Johnny Vivo again. He's probably sleeping there right now playing against Mike Iyer Murray. He's been against Mario, so Nardone's father-in-law, Mario Abatista, we just saw his wife and his daughter get in the top 4 of the women's tournament. Mario is also a player, plays there. He's going to be damn good, and a really great matchup on Friday. Ben Diaz versus Dante Delicio.
Wow.
Fresh off, might I add. Dante's not going to want to hear it. A perhaps snub from the Ryder Cup. Ben Diaz did not make the Ryder Cup roster at Lorenzino's. And now he gets a chance against Dante to perhaps show that Dante made the wrong decision. So it's going to be a very great game here. Benny Diaz, phenomenal roller, been working his butt off hitting. I can attest to that. And then, Dante, I think, is going to be coming with, a little bit to prove. And Dante, if he hits as well as he did during Wycliffe and during some of these other tournaments with BSB, when honestly, he had phenomenal from that 2-roll spot. If he hits like that here, he's going to be a tough person to beat at Lorenzino's.
Dante is a very dangerous one-on-one player. He's a very dangerous one-on-one player because he can shoot. he could be a lead shooter or second shooter on a lot of teams. So
can shoot. Used to be a top-notch shooter. That's what he did.
Yes.
Right. He was a top shooter. And had moved to rolling to play with certain players. So it's gonna be a great matchup. I'm excited for it. Always a little bit of drama in that Friday bracket. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yep.
All right, we got to move on to the Saturday morning bracket. So let me pull this guy up. Stop our sharing, and we'll move over to that screen. So many good players here playing. All right, So Saturday morning. So you and I switched, Taylor. So you are no longer playing against Dante Chiavetti. I'm moving into that spot. So, we did confirm with players on the Friday side. We did confirm with Dante to make sure that the switch was okay. Didn't want to be pulling, a fast one on anybody, but you were unable to make Saturday morning's bracket. You and I were talking, and the last thing I want to do is basically lose a player if we don't have to. So if you're not able to play in Saturday's morning, wanted to find an opportunity to be able for you to still play and not have to repull the brackets. So this was the easiest choice, us being able to switch as long as the players were okay with it. So Dante said it was fine, and I'll be playing against Dante Chiavetti. I'll be in that 17 spot over there, playing against 16 in court 1. Pretty excited about it today to take my talents to Dante at his own court. See what I got.
Yeah, I told him he's real lucky. Real lucky. He laughed and told me that he laughed when I said that and said if I'm on, nobody in the world can beat me. I said, okay. That's what he said. Horse's
Fair
mouth.
Enough.
I can pull the text message up if you want. That's what he said. So I hope you go and beat his man.
I tell you what, from a talent perspective, totally understand that. His challenge is going to be that he's running a business that's on the back end while he has to play me.
Yeah.
And that's always the toughest part. And so, you're playing me, and also Phil Tate's going to want a beer, and Stewie's going to want a White Claw, and you have to go bartending and get him that stuff while you're playing me on Saturday morning. And that just adds to, what I would say it's tougher for him. I'm going to be running a tournament, which is normally that is tough for you to go play, especially in the singles, and then run the tournament. We're both going to have people asking us for stuff. Hey, listen, I'm up for the challenge. Love Dante. Love what he's doing with the club. And I want to knock him down in a loser's bracket. I want to make him really hard for him to win the king.
Yep.
Winner of us gets to play against Chaz. So that's going to be a fun matchup. And then we got a couple out of towners. We got Brandon Tatuki, versus Joe Rotacco that are coming in town for it. We got Stewie versus Phil Tate. So Phil's going to have no sleeves on, which will be fun. We're going to hear Stewie's mouth just running and rolling for that morning. We'll make sure to let you know. He's talking already about all these players he's going to call out from being a winner.
You got to make Sunday first, Stewie. You be talking all that shit. You don't make Sundays, bro. You didn't make Sunday's last tournament, bro. Show up, man. Shoot your ball, roll your ball, stop talking, just do it. Everyone's tired of listening to you run your mouth about how you're the best. Just show up.
It's going to be fun.
Sorry.
We got Mike Chrisman. So we got Lee's husband, who is also underrated player, plays a ton. When I go practice there, he's always there too. He's going to be there versus Tito. That's going to be a fun game. We got Carl Greenaway in this bracket. I mean, he's one of the favorites. Just a phenomenal two-way player. Also plays in that court. He's playing against Steven Sersnick, who you just played against. And Steven plays there too. Club player, can roll, can do well. Winner of that game gets play against Billy Solinsky, also with the 4th place at the Bessemer Club. We got a great matchup here. Your boy Corey Whitway playing against Jackson Wicker. That's gonna be fun. Young Jackson versus Corey. It's gonna be good matchup on those courts.
Jackson's in trouble.
We got the matchup of nicknames. We got Spiff versus Moose. The two Nicks are playing against each other.
I can't believe Spiff is an engineer. It's unbelievable.
We're sure.
It's been confirmed. I can't. I don't sleep at night because of it. That's what our country's come to. Guys like Spiff now are getting mechanical engineering degrees. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I love it. It's an honorary degree. Then we got last game of the bracket. We got Kentucky Chris versus Joe Rogan. I mean, Chris is phenomenal singles player. I just got second in Ashtabula. Joe Rogan surprised like just about everybody but himself at the Molisani Fall Classic when him and those guys just went super deep at that tournament. Joe's a great player, plays a lot of bocce. He's going to be coming in down for it. This bracket, I'm just excited for, man. Just like hit after hit there. I'm just pumped for it.
Yeah, love it. Good stuff, Danny. Good job.
All right, last one. We got the Saturday afternoon bracket. So last one before we sign off. We got the 16 players in this one, but all 16 hit it hard. We got Jay Smith versus Jake P. Jake P coming in from Farrell. Of course, you know Jay, backwards that Jay. He's a stuttering his way, and he's been rolling a ton lately. He's moved himself from lead hitter to being second, so excited to see him here. We got Mike Brook. Mike Brook, who's talked a lot of smack after the BU Cup final. He gets, for his efforts, he gets to play against Bill Barnett. So Mike Brook, who's helped put that club together, did a lot of the flooring. Going to be playing against Billy Barnett coming in town.
Love it.
We got another great matchup here for our first one. Anthony Cap versus Bubba. Taylor, who you got in that one? Cap
versus Bubba. That's a good one. Love it.
You're just gonna say your teammate's gonna win, or you're gonna talk about the second place for the best of the best, Bubba? Who you got in this one? What's the score you got here? Give it to me straight. Tell me about it, baby.
I'm gonna say I think it's since it's the first game. I'm gonna call it 12-8 Cap. 12-8 Cap.
All right. We'll see. Bubba coming off that big victory in Bessemer as well.
Yep.
We got Pope, and we got another player coming in town, Marcus DiCamillo. So I don't know much about Marcus, but if Pope loses to him, we're going to make sure that we tell everything about Marcus. We'll get his life story. You and I will have him on the podcast, and we'll talk about how he just knocked down the 60-year-old Pope. If Pope does win, his president gets to play against the winner of Bubba versus Cap. And so that one's going to be made for TV.
I would like to say,
the camera rolling.
Yeah. I'd like to say, and I'm going to do it every single live show every week that Pope's in a tournament. Pope, you have no chance to win. Okay? Zero. You have zero chance to win.
Oh,
good luck.
Pope, write it down. If you do, we'll see you at the end of the tournament. The camera
Zero chance to win.
We got Ruben Gutierrez versus Cody Aleko. Both know each other really well. Ruben, sneaky good player there. Cody, who is one of my best friends from high school. Grew up since we were like young kids, hanging out, playing basketball and stuff together. Cody is a great singles player. He knocked down Joe Zazar in the best of the best, Taylor, in the early bracket play. Made it to Sunday. Cody's a great player here, sneaky good. Winner of that gets to play against the winner of Pat Durkin, PJD, and he's playing against Paul DeCicio's coming in town from Cleveland, Ohio.
I love it.
I love it. Then we got Tony Chiavetti, so Papa Bear from Lorenzino's, Dante's dad, against Pat Pezin coming in from Canada.
Okay.
Everyone's coming in for this, Taylor. Everyone's coming in. And then we got Joey Palumbo, fresh off his trip from Mexico, against Ron Dizzy Dog.
Wow, that's the best first round matchup of the tournament right there.
And listen,
oh man,
this is great players. Like if you know, they have a little bit of old drama that's going to be, potentially creeping up into it. Are you kidding me? Thank you, randomizer. so appreciate
that's the best
you.
first round matchup of the tournament. I can't wait for that one. That'll be great.
Joe Palumbo versus Ron Dog?
Yeah,
I
that's
love
great.
it.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
It's going to be so good.
I love it.
So we got to have a great action-packed weekend. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in today. So we got a great tournament in St. Louis. We got a great tournament here in Youngstown. And then next week, Taylor, we got Dallas, Texas. Lone Star Open. It's going to be so much. I can't wait to preview that tournament. You and I are going to be there. We're going to be live. We have never, ever played on each other's team. Ever. We've never, even in a cash game, played on each other's team. We always try to go against each other. We like to play singles against each other. We like to be captains against each other. We always look to each other as like, I want to knock you down. And for the first time ever, you and I are going to be playing on the same team. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually really, really pumped for it. Looking to compete with you as opposed to being on the other side will be a little less stressful. So it's going to be a good time.
Awesome.
And you know what? I just want to let everyone know, make sure you're checking out the podcast that Respect the Line. Make sure you're checking out all the great things that BBN is doing. We're so lucky to have great partner in BBN and Michael that helps promote our show, brings our show to the masses. And just keep on checking out all the content that we're doing. Make sure you check out the Tournament of Champions. You could sign up directly on BPA Tour.
Yep.
BPAtour.com. Not only do you get to sign up, you're going to be able to get all the recognition from our podcast. You're going to get videos. You're going to get your statistics on BPA. We're looking to make this thing into the biggest bocce tournament, biggest prize ever for first place. We're committed to making this thing bigger and better. So just remember, keep watching and respect that line. You got Matt Taylor, Danny Cat. We're out.
See you guys.